Hey, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad you're here today. I was sitting here thinking that I got to get back in the gym because I'm just too tired when I'm not going. I'm going today. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go today and take care of myself, you know? So anyway, I know you didn't come here for me to jabber on you. Girl, I can jabber. I can just talk about random things, but I'm not going to talk about random things because nobody wants to talk about random things. I am going to talk about something that is otherwise more useful to us ladies of a particular age. And, something that we can serve ourselves if we notice and, you know, reclaim our lives into ourselves and give everybody else's their lives back to them. So, excuse me, please forgive me. So, today's topic is about borrowed urgency. So, you take on somebody else's stuff because it's an emergency or an urgency to them, and you do it as a practice without even really, you're doing it, but you can't seem to stop yourself. So, let's talk about it. Let's give it a name, and who knows? Maybe the next time you see it, we can push back a little bit. So, here's the deal: you're tired, and you're not tired because you did too much. You're tired because you're carrying things, excuse me, that were never yours to carry. Some of you woke up this morning already tense, already scanning, already anticipating someone else's problem. Nothing in your actual life is on fire, but your body is tense anyway. That's called borrowed urgency. And here's the part: nobody assigned it to you. Nobody asked you to take it on. You stepped in. You do it because you know you're capable, because you know you're reliable, because you don't like watching things fall apart. And even if it's not yours, you don't like to be around when things are falling apart. But somewhere in that constant stabilizing, you won't believe that your own life is waiting. So today we're never here to judge that. We are here to give things names so that we can notice it and save ourselves. Today, we're going to work to understand how to decide what actually belongs to you. And if you're new here, I'm Minty Ray, and this space is what I like to call the inner room. We don't perform here. We don't preach here. We name things here, and then we decide what stays. So, it's borrowed urgency when your chest tightens, but the deadline doesn't belong to you. When you're solving something in your head that nobody even asked you to solve. When you rearrange your day, your afternoon, your evening before anyone even makes a request. It just entirely bypasses your consent, and you are rearranging your life. You're rearranging your day because of it. And it's like you have gone straight to a reflex. So recently, someone close to me was overwhelmed about something that they hadn't planned well, and the deadline was right there. I mean, it was fast approaching. And so their anxiety was rising, energy was scattered all over the place. And I felt it before I even spoke. My chest started tightening, my mind started organizing, and I was already shifting my own schedule. They hadn't asked me to fix it. I just knew that I cared about them And this wasn't, I didn't even give it a whole lot of thought. I mean, it happened instantly. I just knew that I cared about them and they were stressed. And I was preparing to rearrange my entire afternoon around a problem that I didn't even create. And you know, that's how fast it happens. That's what it looks like. Some of us like being the go-to person. We like stabilizing a thing. And you know what it's doing? It's keeping us feeling like we're needed amongst the people that we love and the people that we care about. But needed is not the same thing as being free. I mean, it just makes you draw to circumstances that aren't yours to own. Carrying someone else's urgency, that's not your love for them. Sometimes it's your control. Sometimes, Minty, it's your control dressed up as care. Sometimes it's actually fear that if you're not managing everything, then you'll disappear. You won't be able to offer value. We can be honest about that without being ashamed of it. And here's the containment part. Borrowed urgency does not require action. So when you feel this sense of, I want to do something about it, just recognize that that's what's happening inside of you. You don't have to do anything with that. You don't have to take it on. You can just sit. Let the feeling come and let it go. Just because your body feels like you want to do something does not mean you are assigned the task within yourself. And not to mention, they haven't even assigned it to you. You know, a lot of times they don't even have to ask. Most often they're not even asking because you jump to it before they even get a chance to ask. Just because you see the problem does not mean that you are the solution or that you should try and be the solution. Sometimes the most mature thing that you can do is nothing and let that adult feel their own consequence. Now, here's the orientation part. Before I move, I ask, is this mine? And if it is, I handle it. Oh, I'll tell you something else that happens that's sneaky. Sometimes we put our own stuff off and we're not doing our stuff. We're waiting and hoping that someone else will take care of our stuff while we're taking care of other people's stuff. My God. And we just want to notice it because we want to move ourselves to being able to recognize that and being able to orient ourselves so that that's no longer a desire for us to respond to that. So I'm asking myself, if it's not mine, I'm going to let the discomfort sit where it belongs. Not in my chest, not on my calendar, not in my sleep. Instead, I'm going to let it sit with the person who created it. Midlife calibration is realizing you are allowed to access your own joy. You cannot access joy if your nervous system is constantly on call. You cannot feel pleasure if you're monitoring someone else's collapse. You cannot build your next chapter if you're administering or administrating everyone else's current one. That's not generosity. That's slowly self-abandon. That's slowly abandoning yourself. So here's what I'm doing. I'm noticing where I feel rushed. If I feel like I need to do it quickly, somebody else's stuff. I feel like I need to do it quickly. I'm noticing it. I'm noticing where I feel responsible for someone else's stuff. I'm noticing where I feel tight. And instead of fixing it, I'm asking, who does this belong to? If it's not mine, I'm putting it down. I'm not putting it down angrily, and I'm not going to be dramatic about it. I'm not going to put it down with a speech. I'm just quietly sitting it there, leaving it there, and continuing with my day. And when you do that, something shifts. Your body gets lighter. You can hear your own self think. You can feel your own desire again. Better isn't somewhere else. Better is what becomes available when you stop carrying what is not yours. Look at what you're holding on to right now. Think about it. Did you choose it? Or did you absorb it because you're good at handling things? If it's not yours, you're allowed to leave it. I'm giving us permission. Not because you're selfish, because you're done abandoning yourself. If your life feels heavy, it may not be your life that's heavy. It may be you're taking on someone else's life. I'm Minty Ray, and here in this space, we stop carrying what costs us our life. All right, ladies, take care of yourselves. If you don't hear anything else, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the very next video.